going to look at an exercise called the shoulder bridge. Two main qualities that this exercise develops. It's good for gluteal and hamstring strength and control and endurance. The best thing about the exercise though is that it develops the ability to move your spine smoothly. A lot of people will know this exercise from the days of the 80s and aerobics videos where you just push your hips up into the air. Great exercise, but that's not what we're doing. We're doing this exercise mostly for spinal mobility and control. So, Kim's already in the position, ready for the exercise. Remember, knees bent, you're in neutral. It's not complicated. Don't push your back into the floor and don't let your back arch up off the floor. It's somewhere in between. Neutral just means natural. Imagine the curve of your lower back when you're stood up. You basically want to get the same curve when you're in the exercise position. That's all there is to it. Your feet are level and you've got about the space of a tennis ball between your knees and your ankles. Head relaxed. We've talked about the need that some people will have for a block under their head to put them in a less uncomfortable position. Shoulder bridging then. It starts by doing a pelvic tilt. So don't push your back into the floor. Just roll your pelvis towards you so your lower back gently relaxes into the floor and then go back to neutral. And you may want to do this several times just to establish some movement in the middle of your body. So, pelvic tilt, and then lift your lower back from the floor. Now you'll feel the effort of your thighs and bottom muscles kick in. Reverse that movement and roll your back down. Now what you will have to concentrate on is that rolling movement. Otherwise, your hips will just lift up and your back will come up like a plank. I want your back to roll up, so let's look at that again. Pelvic tilt and roll up. Don't just rely on strength. Now, have a little pause at the top. Your hamstrings and gluteals, your bottom muscles, want to be working. No discomfort in your lower back. Some people go too high in this exercise and they'll use the lower back. No discomfort, no cramping, no sensation of impingement in your lower back. Roll it down and let the pelvic tilt go off at the very last point of the exercise. Let's have a look at one more. Pelvic tilt and roll. Slight pause to build up strength and endurance. Roll down, and when your tailbone touches the floor, you go back to neutral. Now let's look at some progressions. Pelvic tilt and take your bridge up. Keep your upper body relaxed. Don't have a sense of your upper body compressing your head. You should still have good length and good space all around your neck. Plenty of space between your ear and your shoulder, so don't let your shoulders get pushed up under your ears. Now, let's look at the lower body. To make this a little bit harder, let's lift your right heel. Just the heel. Now, when you do that, we're concentrating on the opposite leg. This is just a little test. How strong and stable does the opposite leg stay? Take your heel down, Kim, and roll your bridge down. Let's look at that on the opposite side. Shoulder bridge, lift your left heel. Now, how strong and stable does this leg stay? Very often, you'll have to almost unconsciously move this leg out to stay up in your shoulder bridge. This exercise can actually reveal weaknesses between one of your legs, and you'll find that you're more comfortable on one leg than the other. Pop your heel down and roll your bridge down. So just a little test to build up single leg strength. That's something that we'll look at in subsequent exercises. Take your bridge up, Kim. Right heel up. Stay lifted and strong and balanced on your major leg, which is the one that's staying flat on the floor. Roll it down, take the bridge down. The last one, take your bridge up and lift your left heel and stay strong on your supporting leg. This is the leg that we're concentrating on because it's the weight bearing leg. Pop your heel down and roll down. A good way of taking any tension off your legs again is by doing double knee tuck, bringing the legs up into the body just to relax any tension off the working muscles. You can hold it for 10, 15, 30 seconds, it's personal preference, and then pop your feet back on the floor.